Mainstream entertainment. Ruslan.
In a very interesting year of just unbelievable stories, it came out today that there was a plot intercepted by the FBI for the governor of Michigan to be kidnapped. Yes, you heard it right. Kidnapped by what? A right-wing far right-wing militia group that basically snitched on themselves all over social media in these private Facebook groups. Gosh, what a mess. What a complete just cluster of emotions. Okay, so what's going on? Backstory, governor of Michigan, Democrat, very aggressive with the shutdowns. I'm not a fan of the shutdowns. You guys know me. Wear your mask. Practice social distancing. Wash your hands. For the love of yourself and your family, wash your freaking hands. A lot of y'all dudes is nasty. Governor of Michigan, she's coming down hard with these lockdowns. You have these far right, I think you could say they're far right militia groups. Boom. They're saying, hey, we're tired of this, and legitimately had a plot to, I guess, kidnap her and instigating a civil war. Right? This is insane, right? This is insane that this is happening in real time, and the FBI intersected it. Now, why is this significant? Well, first of all, like the fact that they're plotting this stuff. Second of all, that you just had the presidential debate where we're starting to blur the lines between white supremacist, traditional white supremacist groups, far right and alt-right groups, and the distinction between them. Are they just militia groups that want to protect Second Amendment rights? I'm a Second Amendment guy. I own several firearms. I plan to buy many more. Yes, I'm in California. The gun laws here are stupid, right? Nevertheless, so I'm a Second Amendment guy. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in the right to bear arms. So you have this situation where you have these. They just like we're just militia groups who want to protect the right to bear arms, or are these folks really about to try and create a civil war, or at least some type of civil overturn in these democratic states, especially when the president is asked to condemn white supremacy and then he kind of doesn't and says, Proud Boys, stand back and stand down, and he says he doesn't know who they are. Listen, there's a lot of lines being blurred. Now, why is this significant? Well, what's going to happen is a lot of us in the general public are going to lump all of these folks in together. The far-right groups, the alt-right groups, the Proud Boys, the KKK, the neo-Nazis, everybody's going to get lumped in together. And that's not necessarily fair because they all aren't the same, right? There's folks that literally believe certain races are superior and certain races are inferior. That's called white supremacy. And then there are other groups who are pro-American rights and anti-liberal left, right? Kind of similar ideology, but not really. And that's the group, to be fair, that's the group, that's the type of group that committed this act. Now, why is it significant? Well, because what's happening on the other side is everybody under the Black Lives Matter umbrella is getting dismissed as a part of far left terrorist Antifa organization. So I am not a member of the Black Lives Matter organization, right? I am not a member of any organization, but I went to a Black Lives Matter protest and I stood with them in sentiment. It was actually a Christian protest in Oceanside. It was really cool. It was worship and a message and repentance from white pastors. It was super dope. So I attended that, right? Now, I'm not a member of the organization. I have some issues with the organization. But what happens is folks on the right will dismiss everybody as a radical leftist, terrorist. Black Lives Matter is a terrorist group. Black Lives Matter is Antifa. They just want to, right? 93% of these protests were peaceful. There were some that were violent. So you guys see what's happening? We're getting more and more polarized. And the president, unfortunately, isn't doing us any favors when the biggest spotlight is on. And I did a video about Scott Adams being frustrated with him and saying, he just lost my vote. Thankfully, Mike Pence did a better job of condemning white supremacy in the debate yesterday and correcting that, you know, he didn't say there were good people on the side of white supremacy. So this entire thing is just a big mess. This entire thing is a big mess. Here are a couple of the facts. There's a pretty large group here. This is from the New York Times. Just take it how you will. Storming the state capitol, instigating a civil war, abducting a sitting governor ahead of the presidential election. Those were among the plots described by federal and state officials in Michigan on Thursday as they announced terrorism, conspiracy, and weapons charges against 13 men. At least 6 of them, officials said, had hatched a detailed plan to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer, a Democrat who has become a focal point of anti-government views and anger over coronavirus control measures. Now, again, guys, I'm not a huge fan of the coronavirus shutdown, especially in California. They keep shutting down, reopening, shutting down, reopening. Nevertheless, there's thousands of businesses dying. There's deaths of despair from suicide and other things just shooting up. I'm not a fan of this. But this ain't how you deal with it, you wild people on the far right. This is not how you deal with it. The group that planned the kidnapping met repeatedly over the summer for firearms training and combat drills and practice building explosives, the FBI said. Members also gathered several times to discuss the mission, including in the basement of a shop that was accessible only through a trapdoor under a rug. The men spied on Miss Whitmore's vacation home in August and September, even looking under a highway bridge for places they could detonate a bomb to distract authorities. Gosh, the FBI said. They indicated that they wanted to take Ms. Whitmore hostage before the election in November, and one man said they should take her to a secure location in Wisconsin for a trial. Wow. Yo, this is wild. This is crazy. And this is on some like, sheesh. This is wild. So what am I expecting? What am I expecting? Okay, all you guys who are Republican, all you MAGA people, all you Trump supporters, you guys are fans of the channel. You're welcome here. I'm politically agnostic. All you guys, I need the same energy against these shenanigans. I need that same energy that you guys want from Biden against Antifa, and I don't believe Antifa is an idea. I do believe it's an organization. I do believe they should be condemned. I do believe they're wild. But those of you guys that want that, those of you guys that are the radical left, I need that same energy against this insanity. I need that same energy. I need outrage from the right. All you pro-police, pro-stand with the blue, support your FBI and your blue in this situation. This is horrible. This is horrible, and you gotta have just scales. We have to have just scales in these times. It's not fair to have double standards with these types. It's just not fair. So I'll read you one last section of it. Mr. Trask said that one of those arrested had bought a taser for the mission last week, and that the men had been planning to buy explosives on Wednesday. Court records indicate that at least 5 of the men had been arrested on Wednesday. In Michigan, it was not immediately clear if the 6th man had been taken into custody. I know this job will be hard, Ms. Whitmore said on Thursday in reactions and news of the arrest, but I'll be honest, I never could have imagined anything like this. The FBI said a leader in the kidnapping plot reached out to members of an unarmed anti-government group for help, and the state charged an additional 7 men, all from Michigan, with providing material support for terrorist activities, being members of a gang, and using firearms while committing felonies. This is the type of energy that a lot of these far-right groups be on. Not all of them. I don't want to lump them in. But goodness gracious, this stuff is crazy, man. So all you MAGA folks, all you Trump folks, all you Law and Order folks, I need that same energy. All right, what y'all think?
King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan